Well, 11 minutes late, but we are still in here. Because, well, this game is beautiful and we had to wait another 11 minutes because of well-known issues while joining the lobby. But finally, we are here and we are racing in Shanghai for the third time in Ero history. Well, apparently it's only a third time because we raced previously only in Season 2 and in Season 6. Now we're back to Shanghai for the second time running, and we hope for another great session ahead of us. Well, you know the duo, it's in the description, and it's right here of myself, Wojciech, and JJ Dog.
Hello.
As
As you were saying, Martino, obviously there's been F3 and F2 entertaining races to say the least about China. So I
no.
think it's made a very yes it has. Don't you start. It's made a very welcome return to the calendar already. But let's see if F1 can do anything.
Well, we've got F3 where there was rain in qualifying. We've got also PC F1 where Drake Dempsey has gone from last to first for the second time running. Well, I love how he's doing this thing.
Sunset's just already, you know.
Okay, we're waiting for the Dutchman, who's sensationally third in the championship without a single podium. Also, we have a change in the Aston Martin in terms of the full-time drivers after that famous crash in Brazil.
Oh, it's driver quality so far, but I'm getting the winner of Jack. I've seen Alpha Tauri.
Yep. But speaking about the Aston Martin, we have replaced Nofolo Imunsi with Francesco Sonzoni. Well, Imunsi has decided to replace by himself. So.
And this is obviously Jack's first race of the season as well in Alpha Tauri.
Well, the man who was fighting for the 7th place last season and actually got it is now aiming for the same yet again this season.
Hey,
new
it's dry.
With new names. Is it dry?
Yep.
That's not good. Also, speaking about reserves for today, as you can see, we have a full grid. So casually, or actually as usual, we are adjusting the audio. Now it should be all good, as we have reserves of Emre Demir for once again racing in Ferrari, but alongside him this time it's August Linderson.
Yeah, but
a new full-time driver of Francesco Sonzoni in the Aston Martin, and the other reserve Jurek Groth racing in Alfa Romeo, replacing Hugo Domański.
All right, so before qualifying, like set up for TDO, predictions for top 5.
It's a heavy choice, but I'm saying Guil, Cameron, Chibuikem,
so you
Kale, and Diogo.
Do you think Guil is going to stop Cameron winning 2 in a row and getting 3 in a row today?
Yeah, I think he can do it after the brilliant pole lap in Brazil, which he can say what Lewis Hamilton has said on the last lap of Abu Dhabi, because there was loads of safety cars, especially the late one.
But that was, you can't deny that was a storming drive from Cameron from P8 at the restart to get all the way back up to the win. But hey, yellow flag for Wade. He's slowing down to get the car ready for the first lap, hopefully, of the session.
Yep. As Wagoner is going strongly in the qualifying, but in the races, there is issues, there is spins, DNS, and she's invited it already.
So, Martino, if one of these cars go in lap and out lap, do you want to go through the standings right now then?
If I want to go through the standings, I will, as I'm saying. Cameron Downs leads the championship with 50 points on the board, both being victories both in USA and Brazil. Next is Kilo Darunia with 34 points, with 3rd in US and 2nd in Brazil with pole position. Then we've got Carsten Garding with 20, 19 points for both Diogo March and Michael and Gallian, 12 points for Chibuka Chukuma, 11 for Aurelian Repenru, 10 for Kalle Pulkinen, 8 for Joshua Evans, and 6 for Kacper Kolasa. And that's the top 10 of Ero F1 at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like the midfield and the top 5 positions are going to be really close this season.
Well,
because some drivers have improved their proofs. For example, one in Marco.
Well, I'm hoping for the equal championship fight at first between Cameron and Guil.
And it's shaping up to be that already. We're only 2 rounds down.
As I'm following the McLaren of Capecox racing in McLaren. As
That's why I'm keeping that.
Poland, as a fun fact, because, well, I'm Polish, so I can say that. Poland has scored in last season first points since season 3, so that's a long wait, but it didn't last too long now, as Kasper has already scored points in Brazil.
I'm sticking to Marco, who will finish his lap. Obviously, the first car on track, hopefully, to finish his lap. He's on the softs, because I don't think only a few guys have run the mediums. As he just cut a final corner to go, just hopefully not invalidated here. Keeps it clean. Comes the line now. The benchmark will be a 31.1 for Marco.
As there's a speed of Aston Martin.
Fancy in the mediums. As that low key beaten by a full 10th. Wow.
So how about Kasper? But he's on the medium tires. He's looking for that alternate strategy. Mediums to hards?
Ooh.
Maybe. He's third at the moment.
Emirates P3. Red Bull, who is that? Is that Cameron? Cameron's on mediums, goes P4. Josh goes P3.
The second Red Bull.
Josh goes P3 on softs. Sniper's invalidated. Car behind him. Axis P3.
As Gui goes on softs, so we'll have two different strategies for today's race possibly, if Cameron decides not to go for the soft compound tire. As now, Gui is on the softs, Cameron on the mediums. And Cameron is only a single millisecond behind Wiggly.
As Cones is actually on the soft, so the Haas drivers are going for different strategies today. Oh,
this might work for them as well.
Latino, can you invite Josh back? Because I can't.
Well, this will require a quick technical issue screen.
I can't, obviously, because you left a session, it's glitched out. Cones goes P9 on the mediums now, only 2.5 cents slower than Cameron. Ken's on mediums, Kappa Cups and mediums. Okay, his game crashed. Alright, who's on a lap now? Who just jumped there?
It's all back, and we're perfectly back with a spin of Ero Ps into the, well, I call it a stadium section because it looks like pretty much a stadium, despite there is no seats. And it's
just advertisement.
Yes.
That's all it is.
But without this advertisement, it would still be a stadium.
The fact that would be really good seating as well if they actually opened that up. But probably never will happen. Josh has had a bit of a technical glitch there, so he has been invited back. But we really hope he doesn't just because P5 is a really good job for him in qualifying. But do you think the medium runners are going to go out again on softs?
Medium runners on... Yep, they will, definitely.
Because Cameron, obviously, the mediums are a second slower, but he's 1.3 off his championship rival for the time being.
He's got still much better strategy, to be honest.
Well, I've just realised Sunset's ahead of Cones. Bloody hell, I didn't expect that.
Well, he's got a strong opening to the championship with 6th and 4th place. So that's pretty understandable at the moment.
I just remembered something. What's your views on that? Apparently the Alpine will be pink next season, Martino. Well, this season.
Finally, a pink car. Like Robert Kubica said, a car must be fast, even if it's pink.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with Alpine.
No, it was the other way around. It was the other way around. If a car is fast, it can be pink.
I know, but the Alpine is one of those underdogs in this series, since obviously they've got 2 podiums, remember? Obviously Ocon winning, and obviously Alonso's podium at I forgot what track it was. What was it called again? Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head.
You're speaking about Hungary and Qatar?
Yeah, oh, there we go. I forgot the second country of Qatar there. But it looks like as Cameron's gone out on soft straight away. So yes, he has straight away jumped onto the opportunity. Unless he backs out of his lap.
Well, there's only 12 drivers with a valid lap at the moment, which is a pretty low number considering we've got a full grid.
Slippy has invalidated his second lap on new softs again. So he's now gone through 2 pairs of softs.
Let's check the tires, as there's 5 runners on mediums. Cameron dominates them all, and there's only 1 millisecond behind Wiggly. And, well, with these softs, I definitely think he'll be ahead of his teammate.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see if anyone else is going to drag any more pace out, because Gula looks to be the king of qualifying right now. He's always had consistent pace in qualifying, but Cameron has always had the edge in the race.
Which he has proven by this jump from 7th to 1st in last race in Brazil.
Have you made a clip of that yet?
Well, I think about featuring it somewhere, but not yet at the moment. Well, I'll be honest, if you put this video without music, I would do that instantly.
No, what you should do is have the freaking music of just the... I don't know what song it is. But Cameron, meanwhile, is on a lap now on softs, so he has started his lap, and he's hit the sector 1 line now.
Well, I'm watching the time right now as it's going to be 23.9, which is very impressive. Nobody in F2, for example, has gone into 23s, I remember. There are people that were close, but not close enough.
Now, this corner is I always worry about, because if you can take it flat, but if you hit the curve on the left, you're gone.
So at the moment, Cameron is about to join the sector 3, and there is a big traffic of around 5 cars, 2 Alpines, a Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, and Aston Martin ahead of him.
Ooh, 8 attempts up now for Cameron.
It's putting him currently in the 3rd. No, 4th,
but
sorry.
That is nearly half a second slower than Guwil still.
He's still got 2 corners ahead of him.
Oh, he's getting a slipstream.
And he's using it pretty well as he switches to the left on the last moment possible.
And he's not going to hit 200 at the end. He's going to rev it to hell to 199. As Wrigley goes P8 now on softs now.
He already had this time, so it was someone else ahead, and it's Josh.
Josh is already there, obviously. Oh my word! 10,000th of a second!
Another episode of a very strong qualifying battle, and a very close one indeed. 10 milliseconds separated Red Bull and the Haas.
As Guwil is 16,000 up as it is. He's coming to the last corners now. Kappa Cops comes across the line. He's going to go into P13 still. Sniper jumps at the P6. Now, is Guwil... Yeah, is he going to get anywhere close? Further ahead of his championship rival. Comes the line. Yes, by 2.5 tenths.
And that's a big margin for the Frenchman.
Josh stays P7. Ken's on the lap, it looks like. Yes, comes the last corner now. And Ken shoots a P3.
Already outscored by Marco Botta, who was in the 3rd.
And after. So everyone's starting to dip into the 30s now. Oh, I thought that was Marco was spun out. He just stopped at the side of the track. Now Corns jumps to P2.
Last week, remember, we had a front row lookout for the Hasses. Is it going to happen again this week? Well, it's pretty much possible. And we are looking forward to that one. Because this might be a very major strategy shake-up.
Fanchi's on the last corner now. Ooh, he had to back out massively there. He lost the car for a second. And he's going to go P17.
Well, at the moment I'm wondering, if you are on the softs and at the top 10, do you prefer stretching these to mediums?
I just caught Wojciech spin out after the hairpin.
And that's his strong result at the moment gone. But I'm still wondering, if you are in top 10 and on softs, do you stretch to mediums, do you do a 2-stopper, or do you just safely go to hards, which can last here pretty long, even the entire race?
But you know these guys are definitely, some of them are going to go for mediums to the end.
Well...
Since a lot of these, you know how bold these guys are with steel. For example, Sniper, he doesn't listen to convention. Yeah, obviously, he pitted for mediums in Australia, and then he had a punch with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, it's because Sniper is one of those drivers that takes risk for reward. And obviously, it worked out for him. Obviously, he got very lucky last week in his first podium in F1. After a bit of a collision with the Aston Martins. But let's not think about the past. Just think about the future. And who is actually going to steal pole? Because Guwil is comfortably holding it on still.
Anyways, I'm looking at Emre Demir currently on the back straight actually, but the longest one on the Shanghai International Circuit, where it can go to 200 miles an hour, but we're using kilometers on the stream.
As Drew is on mediums, but he's run out of fuel coming that last corner, so he has to abandon the lap.
As Emra is about to cross the line. Quick turn left on the 4th or 5th gear, it's your preference pretty much. As he crosses the line and improves to 31.5 and 10th place he is. He is the only man who was on the hot lap at the moment. The rest is on the either out laps or in the pits waiting for that occasion.
Cameron's out, Kappa Cox is out. So 4 minutes left to go. This could be their final lap at the session. So Cameron needs to shave 2.5 tenths to get anywhere near his championship rival, since Cones has beaten him by 27 thousandths of a second.
So watching Cameron, who's currently in that, not actually a stadium.
Oh, is Josh is retired? I see why Josh is retired.
Yup, P11 is the most satisfying place on this track, considering the fact of the strategy, where if you're 11th, you can use any tire, because the softs are dropping off very, very quickly on this track.
Yeah, after about 5 or 6 laps, they do feel very dead around this track, because this track is very demanding.
Yup, it's like softs are lasting, well, 6 laps. Mediums are 12 or 13, then you have to manage them. And cards are pretty much the entire race. As far as I see that.
Yeah, the tyres wear on this track is very high. But I'm going to jump to Cameron, as he has just started his lap now. Let's see if he can improve anything else. He needs at least 2 and a bit tenths here to get anywhere near the pole. Comes with the first sector. He's half a tenth up at the moment. But he needs a mega second and third. And he won't have a slipstream this lap either.
Thankfully for the competition, or maybe not in the qualifying. Slipstream is not that OP as it is in the real life.
Yeah. Sniper retires P9, so he thinks he's going to get pinched out of the slot. Cameron's at 10.5 up now. He's only got sector 3 to go. So he could have a chance to steal pole position here.
And that would be his first pole position of the season. I'm not sure, but also of his entire Ero career.
Yes, it would be.
So he's very close to that one. He's currently on the 3rd place on the grid. He's about to cross the line as he's gone a little bit wide in this car.
Yeah, I think he locked up.
And he might lose a little bit of time here. He's about to cross the line at the moment on the 5th gear, last corner.
Oh, he kept that in just, and he comes to the line. He can't do it.
It's 91 milliseconds separating him from Guil.
And he can't get another lap in, so that will be Cameron. Is Cameron going to start on his lucky P4 again?
We'll see, but at the moment I'm watching Kasper Klasa in the snail corner, which is turn 1 and 2, and also 3.
I was so confused for a second. What do you? Oh yeah. That's probably one of my most hated corners.
Well, that's why it's called a snail.
Yeah, wow.
Myself, at least.
Mr. Moto and Slippy are coming to the line now. This will be their final lap now. Can they improve? Can they get a solid lap in to get a good position? Comes the line. Slippy's butt up in the 19 and Slippy's P15. Next is going to be Gua, who improves this even more now.
And is that mission impossible for Cameron? Well, it should
Cameron
be
can't get a lap in. Yeah, Cameron can't get back to the pits in time. And he can't get back to the pits anyway for new tyres.
Well, it's 20 seconds to go in the qualifying. Kasper Klasa is on the DRS zone. He's opening up the rear wing, as you can see in the background.
Funky starts his final lap. He's the only driver that hasn't got a lap in yet.
Also, don't exclude Mr. Moto, who's about to have his one as well.
Ken's gone to jump P4. Banshee retires. Don't know if he's crashed out or he's retired on track.
Well, regardless, Kasper Klasa takes 12.
Yeah, he crashed out.
Marco Botta jumps into 3rd place. I'm following Diogo Moraes in the Haas.
He's a 10th up here. He could get the front row if he can get a good sector here. He's abandoned it. So he's not going to try and help the 1-2 today. Sunset's down on his time. He probably will abandon the back. Axis comes to the last corner now. Is he going to get anywhere higher up here? P5 is the highest he can go. Who is next to coming off the line?
Chibukem is the one I see at the moment. There's a Ferrari ahead of him, but I'm focusing on the Mercedes driver.
As I'm going to stick to Funky, who was obviously getting his only lap here. Well, Wrigley's invalidated, so he won't be setting any quicker times.
And he's going to the pits.
Yep, so Funky is the only car on track who can set a time. Obviously, he's the only car who does have a time set.
How about Chibukem, who's currently jumping? No, he's not jumping, but he's improving his lap time by 80 milliseconds.
Yep, as Funky comes to the line now, where is he going to be with his one lap of the session? P14.
And now just to the pits, and that's it for the qualifying.
Yep, it's just Ken needs to get to the pits also, and then we should be set for the grid for today.
Also, Francesco is reporting issues with his controller, and that's the reason he has crashed out in the ending stages of the qualifying.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a very strange corner, the crash out, but then obviously he has gone on the wall with some force. But Corns retired, and then Ken has retired in the pits. Just Google needs to get into the pits or retire, and then we can get going. So Google has pulled by nearly 3 tenths today again. But it's his race pace, but he has Cameron on the front row beside him for the first time this season now. So do you think there's going to be fireworks between the two of them? Coutinho. Alright, so Coutinho died. I'll go over the grid today. You have Google in pole position yet again today. And then Cameron's on the front row for the first time between these two. And then goes P3 Marco, Collins, AXA P5, Ken P6, Sunset P7, Loki P8, Mr. Moto P9, Jury gets P10. And then everyone who can get 3 changes of tyres is Wojciech, Sniper, Emery, Funky, Josh, Capacox, Wrigley, Bios, Slippy, and Fancy. All get 3 choice of tyres today. And it's a dry race, if anyone doesn't know. So let's see how this strategy will play out today.
Back.
You didn't say anything, you just disappeared. I thought you had like your mic had broke or something.
No, I was just opening up the voice because I was reading that there's some little bit of issues. Like I can hear you in the mic, like my microphone hears you, and
I think I heard it for a second, but I thought it was just nothing. But hey, the grid's ready, obviously, and then I'm gonna guess everyone has to start on mediums who's not in the top 10. If you don't, you're a moron.
Why?
Like
why this aggressive, man?
You basically like with Tino if you don't pick mediums. Oh, actually, when I think about it, you might actually have some hard runners. But let's just see how this race goes. Everyone picking their strategies for today and fuel amounts. Grid starts now. And we now should be able to see everyone's tyres. Yes, there is a few hard runners I can see.
Well, this may pay out for them.
Oh, Fancy, Funky, and Emery on hards.
Bias has decided to go soft.
Oh, what? Why? You created... that's another question, alright.
How about he thinks about the quick safety car, even though it's unreduced? Drivers are requesting to bring the safety car setting in the game back to the standard, but the Brazilian Grand Prix, which was unreduced, spoke for itself.
And let's just say one person was very happy about that, and one of the safety cars turned off completely. So, Gula might be going for a 2-stop on mediums, and Cameron's committed to the 1-stop on hards.
And well, which one's gonna go faster?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Fancy has got problems. He's straight line the same corner again, so his control is very bad. Oh.
So, Francesco, if you hear us, just do a slow start, please, if that keeps happening.
Well, he's in last, remember, so he'll have... Oh, God, Elder God's glitching out on my screen. Oh, great. I think my internet's dying. Nice.
Well, he lags for me as well, so don't worry.
No, I mean everyone lagged at me. For me, there. Oh god, everyone's lagging on my screen. Oh, this is a great thing.
So looks like I'll be commentating at the start myself.
No, I'm still here, but it's the fact that they're a bit lagging a bit, obviously. But it might be because of the formation that made. I'm hoping. But
Yep. So, there's no front lockout for the Hases this week. We've got it last time out in Brazil and it worked out pretty well at the beginning of the race. But remember, there was a chaos. There was like 4 safety cars going on the track. The race was mental. And, well, the Haas are in the bit worse place today, but same as Red Bull, because even though Cameron's on the second and looks like looks for that third victory in a row, which would be a pretty impressive series. There is a Red Bull as well alongside Diogo Moraes. Like he's behind, but still alongside it is. The last car of a Ferrari of, I believe it's Emerald Emir, is lining up on the grid. And we are about to start the Chinese Grand Prix right now as we are waiting for the game to ready us up and make us watch the action in Season 7, Round 3 of European Racing Organization in Season 7, as there are 3, 4, 5 red lights already. It's going to be lights out and away we go, and it's a great start from one of the McLarens. It looks like Antonio Ghiski has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. What a getaway from the McLaren, as the pole is already in the third place, but it looks like he's giving the positions back. It might have been a glitch from the game as well. It's a free wide into turn 2 of Diogo Moraes going ahead of him. Oh, and it's a 1-2 for Haas at the moment. The Red Bulls are wheel to each other after turn 2 and the exit. Marco Botta has gone into third place, but it's a 1-2 for Haas at the start of this race, even though Marco Botta tries to go down the inside. Red Bulls are still wheel to wheel, and there's a contact between them, but thankfully it ends up only in one position being lost of Cameron Dowds, who's losing only one place. It was Aurélien Le Pen who's lost one place. He's also got involved in a contact with Kenji Kuma as well. He's now down the outside of the Mercedes, not quite well, but it's a very safe 1-2 for the Haas, and there is a spin. There's a spin of the Alpine, and that's Ferry Wagner for the third time running. He's spinning round in the race after, well, this qualifying session was not as strong. Wagner is already retiring from the session as it's virtual safety car at the beginning of this Grand Prix. Just in case, we're using this virtual safety car to invite Luke Jobson back into the commentary booth, or actually the race itself, because this is why there is a technical screen for this little moment.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I
as he's invited back.
Yeah, okay, I don't know why, my internet might not. That's a great sign. There's 5 drivers in this session. That's a great sign.
Well, it also happened for me. It was only Oginski in the first, as the only person in the lobby. But,
okay, I just reset my internet, so hopefully I should be able to see the car. Yeah, for the start, I was so delayed because the start light just popped up and then all the cars are glitching everywhere. So if it happens again, I will say something.
Well, we're back to racing in lap 2 as Guillaume Darunia leads the way ahead of his teammate Diogo Moraes. It's a perfect scenario for the Haas once again. And, well, they hope for a better ending for that one today comparing to last week in Brazil, especially considering the fact Red Bulls have made a minor contact into the hairpin on turn 5.
Okay, I'm just looking at position changes. Oh, wow. So, Josh is in the best position right now. And Sniper also, and Emery, obviously. They're on all the tyres. Yeah, all the tyres, harder tyres.
Well, it's getting very interesting about the strategy choices at the moment, as Guillaume Darunia peacefully leads the way. I speak for the third time running, but still. 8 tenths, very safe to the teammate, very safe the distances. As long as the teammate is ahead of Cameron Dowds, it's fine. Because at the moment, 25 versus 12 is giving Guillaume just 2 points of a loss, the 2 points of a gap in the championship.
But Google is pushing. If you look at his ERS, he is using the eastern of it to get away from his teammates.
Well, it's already on the 50%. I wonder if Diogo is thinking of trying to make the gap bigger than 1 second. As
and
it will help out Guil very heavily.
Sniper's already gone the fastest on track on mediums. What? So Sniper's got
Okay.
clean air on mediums. That's a good prospect for today's race. Can Sniper get another podium? And maybe top step? Question mark.
Well, considering the fact he's on the mediums, and his
And he's-
strategy is most likely to be mediums to hard. Same of
Oh,
all medium runners.
Wojciech got a glitch. That's why he's retired.
What kind of glitch?
The glitch wall DNF apparently. But I'm gonna stick to Cones because Cones is trying to sneak back into ERS, and Google is down to 30% ERS now, while his teammate is on nearly double the amount.
Well, I wonder if the teammate will use that. He's already around the second head of Botta Marca.
And Cones is gonna get DRS just, I feel like, unless it's detection. Yeah, he's just gonna get it. Marco's not gonna get it. Cameron gets it. Loki doesn't get it. So a lot of cars do not have DRS on the car ahead of them. But the major one is Marco is just trying to get back up to the gap between Cones, and Guil is just trying to get away from his teammate. Well, Guil's on 60% ERS. He's on the 10% now.
He's doing the fastest lap. He's over a second ahead of Diogo Moraes. Would have been useful giving him the DRS, but, well, it's the teammates doing the job.
But Guil's going to be so vulnerable now if he can't get the gap made. As Banshee gets past Wrigley for P11.
It's 1.2 for the difference between the Hasses.
So I think Gu has got a better setup for the corners, and Cones has a bit more downfalls. But obviously, Cones now has more ERS to play than Gu because Gu is now stuck on 8%. And this track's a really hard one to regain a lot of it, especially with that back stretch.
Let's also consider the fact Marco Botta may have no ERS, even though DRS, even though considering the fact Marco Botta's DRS could help out the Hasses in terms of Cameron.
Yes. Cones is not going to get DRS this lap now. He's 1.1 behind before the DRS detection. So Google has managed to get the gap to a built enough to a bigger gap. But Marco and Cameron are now going to be pushing. Oh, Marco doesn't get it. Cameron's going for the move.
Yup, Marco is without DRS, and Cameron takes the third place very easily into the hairpin, as Marco Botta will not go down the inside. He's been thinking about it possibly, but he's now well behind, at least with DRS assistance. But Cameron will get one as well, because of Diogo.
He's paid already. He's going for a
Cameron's got no DRS.
Oh. But Actor's pulled the trigger. He's going for a 2-stop.
As long as these are mediums who's speeding now.
So yes, he is going for double mediums to the end. That's quite aggressive by Actor.
As he will go back on the track on the 14th.
But I've never seen Actor that aggressive on strategy. Maybe because of Cameron being his teammate. Yeah, maybe because Cameron's his teammate. He needs to up his game.
So I'm wondering, what kind of game is Diogo going to play against Cameron?
Well, he's losing 4 attempts to his teammate ahead of him.
As Cameron's got a little bit of slide, and he might be out of DRS from the Portuguese driver and to the longest straight.
As meanwhile, Sniper's starting to slowly catch these guys. The stocks are already going up. He's gained a 10th in that sector there, so this could be a good omen for Sniper to be leading. And so he can go to the horse to the end. But let's see, Marco has DRS, but isn't going to use any of his ERS.
Well, comparing ERS amount of the top 3, Guil's got 8%, Cones has got 30%.
Oh! That's Cox. Is anyone going to pick if a safety car comes out?
Yes, it is, but neither of top 3 drivers can go to the pits. And one of them say this.
And hello, Sniper's pitted. Josh pitted. A lot of the guys are pitting.
They are going for the hard tires as the McLaren is out of the Grand Prix.
So the top 4 are going to now miss a pit window. Oh, this is going to be entertaining. And Loki is just come out in front of Josh. Josh has gone for the halls at the end. Ken's gone for the mediums. So Ken's going for aggressive two-stop still, even with the safety car. Wait. Oh, the double stacking! Josh is getting an additional sniper.
Well,
Oh.
at this moment, I'm wondering over the strategy of the top 4. Because...
Well, meanwhile, Funky stayed out along with Wrigley.
But these two are on mediums. Sorry, Jax is on hards.
Yeah, it's
and
a fact,
August is on mediums, so...
It's the fact some of the hard runners pitted, like Emery, he's pitted for mediums. Now this is just blowing the strategy out the window. The top 4 are not going to pit now. Oh, okay, this is going to be entertaining. We're only on lap 6, and the race has took a huge twist.
And it's a safety car in lap 6. Can you show the tires? Well, there we go.
So, Wrigley's going to have an advantage at the start because his mediums are going to be better nick than these guys ahead of him. And Jack can actually do it if he gets enough pace. But low-key is in prime position now. He's P7, but he's the first pit runner of everyone. This could be entertaining to say the least. Who's going to have a good for the podium today? Because I think we're going to have one more lap of safety car. And now
well, the Williams and the Alfa Romeo, Flex Skoda and Eurolegrot will not go quickly enough. Join the queue before the safety car is crossing the first line.
What is Google going to do? Is he going to dive to the pits? Yes,
it is. Top 4, top 5, top... Sorry, only the top 4 are pitting.
Oh, Marco!
Okay.
Oh, Cords nearly ran to the back of his teammate. That was a
That's their
great
double
sign.
stacking.
So, but the curious thing is, every one of these guys is going to go for hards. So Cords is going to be behind both of these guys now with a double stack. Google's got mediums.
And that's aggressive strategy or tire management?
And
because remember Paolo Burlini, can you correct me the PC guys on the chat, but in the third PC division he's gone like 21 laps on medium tires, and on that long full throttle hairpin we call the stadium section, his tires has gone off on the last lap of the race with 2 corners to go.
Yeah, I don't know if it has to be a good choice here. They'll be quicker, but they will start dying off in like lap 13, 14. The hards will probably just make it to the end. But the mediums, you've got to keep an eye on them or they're going to go. But I think the biggest losers out of this is going to be Axa, because he pitted a bit much earlier than the medium able to manage.
Well, now I'm wondering, we are seeing the weirdest thing we could ever think. The top 4 of this league is on the 4 last places.
And we love it. 60 cars in this lap. Wrigley is going to lead them for the first time for F1.
Well, would you expect August Linderson leading the restart in the Ferrari? Like, even if in the most extreme scenario, you're saying one of these top 4 drivers, Google, Cameron, Marco, Diogo, or Aurelian, leading the restart. But it's the first time ever for August Linderson in the league to lead the safety car getaway, as Bernd Mailander peacefully goes to the pits, and we'll see a Ferrari about to restart the Chinese Grand Prix. Behind him, Jack Jessel, Chibuike Chukwuma, and Aurélien Lependroux are waiting for getting away and putting this acceleration throttle on the full power.
But I'm curious about what the top 4 at the end are going to do, because they have to push through all this traffic who have all pitted, apart from BIOS. So that's good, and they're all on the same age tyres.
As August Linderson already is going.
Wrigley nearly lost it twice in the restart. And Jack's still on a better run here because Wrigley's gone wide.
And looks like Jack just is about to take the lead. No, he's not using ERS, but the Swedish driver is not using as well. He has a little less ERS.
God. Look at the gap between Emery and the sniper.
Well, I can see that one.
Oh, that's going to cost everyone in the top 4 positions. As Patchy's gone to the inside of Emery and takes it. Is on the outside now, but just squeeze ahead.
As
Well,
Jack Jester is getting away from August already by 7/10 of a second. Chibukam and Aurelien Lepenroux are fighting wheel to wheel into the hairpins. This section on the sector 2, which are going in the 6th gear or even 5th.
Oh, as Guwil is fighting Jury for P15 now. I mean, P14, sorry.
Well, we're
And
switching
he's
to that
gonna-
one as it's the
Oh.
Haas getting hit. I don't know what Yuri is doing in that one. We made contact multiple times
Well,
with a
Guwil's
Frenchman.
just trying. Well, Guwil's just on the inside. And Jury had no space. Bios goes off track ahead of him. Still goes off track.
As it looks like a near 4-wide moment
Oh,
as the Haas goes ahead.
he dives for it and he gets it. But unbelievable. Jack in his first race back in the Euro leads by 1.2 already. And Loki and Axel are battling tooth and nail. Axel's going to be going to the inside. He's gone for it. He's gone for Ricky as well.
And it's a double overtake made by Red Bull driver in the second
No,
as
Loki. It's Ricky.
Chibukam goes wide over the track, but still is right behind Aurelien Lepenroux in the 3rd place. He'll be looking for a move.
Side by side in the last corner. And, as he has to get trapped to Funky, obviously, as Jury gets for a second. Ken's now getting past Ricky on the outside the snail corner. He's got the inside line now for this corner. And he's just going to stick it here.
A great
Ken's
move by
up
the
into
Finn.
P4 now. As this race is entertaining. Because Guwil and Cameron have gone absolute fat out along with Cones.
Well,
Marcus
they
now
are at
gets
the
stuck
back of the
behind
grid,
Bios.
and it itself,
So
well,
what a dive bomb! Marco went for a huge dive bomb. Full on Daniel Ricciardo licked the stamp and sent it. He didn't even contact with causes how bad, how dark, not bad. How long that dive bomb was. But Axa has been catching Funky now. But Funky hasn't been using the ERS. He is trying to preserve his tyres to go as long as possible. Since Axas are going to go off.
Guillaume Darunia overtakes Mehmet
Guwil's now
Duranovic.
P12.
And not be surprised
P12
if Cameron overtook the Williams as well.
This lap. Yeah, but next lap we'll have DRS. It's actually used to get past and take the lead for the first time this season.
Dowds overtake Mehmet Duranovic into turn 15, as I'm aware, and he takes the 13th place. Like, how weird it is, they are fighting for the P12.
Well, yeah, but look how far they are as well. Look how much Google's going to gain now. He's going to gain 3 seconds. But as everyone ahead of him is on fresh tyres at the same age, but Axel has taken P1 now. He's on the mediums, remember, so the quicker tyre, but Funky hasn't pitted. So this is a good drive for him, as he's probably going to go for mediums to the end of the race. So, did you predict this race? As Josh gets past Mr. Moto, these two had a little bang and knocking in Brazil, but they managed to keep it clean. As the team who's died again, that's a great time.
No, I'm back, I see Lepenroux has taken the lead of the race.
Okay,
and
so
he's getting away. He's getting away by around 8 tenths.
Quite a lot. But remember, Axe is going to have to either save his tyres or pit again. Funky hasn't pitted, remember, so the net lead could be Funky. I mean, not Funky, low key. So, strategy could be the massive thing here, but Ken's trying to get DRS now. Is he going to make a move here? But Sunset's going for a move on Wrigley for P5, and he takes it before the corner. So, Sunset's up to... Wrigley was leading 2 laps ago, is now all the way to P6 already.
Well, he's one of the 2 drivers who are yet to pit. So at the moment, the top 3, considering the pit stops of Jack and August, we're having Aurelien Lepenroux, Cheweka Chukfuma, Kalle Pulkkinen.
Oh, slippery cones! With contact, and Marco's going to get past 2 thanks for that. Oh, but the fact that Gula's cut the gap by 8 tenths of 1 lap. But he is going to be pushing those mediums quite a lot now.
As August is spun.
Oh, frick! He's going to keep it going, thankfully, and thankfully he ghosted. Or that would have been the end of the race for Cameron.
And
But,
more
Wrigley's went
drivers,
from
apparently.
leading the restart. He's going to be He was leading the race at the restart, and he's unfortunately fell all the way to P17. I think his mediums must have just died off. Now, I'm curious about Axel then. Axel's pulling a gap, but Funky's keeping in touch just as Sunset now with the penalty.
Well, China is one of the tracks where it's, I'll be honest, hard to get a penalty, time penalty for corner cutting. Personally, I've got only one warning, and it was lap 1. So, well, unless you're involved in a wheel-to-wheel battle among the corners, you're not getting a warning, apparently.
As a Fanchi's gone very defensive of Emery already before the corner. So, that's going to be funny to say the least. But Funky's actually now keeping Axel in tow. Has Axel's tyres already started to feel off?
Marco Botta looks for a move on Ero the Groot, and he makes it stick for the P14.
As it's a freeway battle for P6 right now. Mr. Motor
Or
does
quite not
Josh
yet.
Josh has gone to the outside and takes it.
I'm following... wait. I'm following these two. Behind.
And Sniper's in the wings. Oh, nearly contact. But Josh is going to hold P6 for now.
As you just haven't seen how Ero the Groot has spun round in turn 1. And that was a very cool drift, I'll be honest.
Do you know what I said the gap was 2.1?
2.3.
It's 410.
Come on.
No, between
like...
Google and P10.
When Aurelian is about going to pit, I'll be honest, lap 20. Or something around.
As Funky making a few mistakes now. But now Loki definitely has to make a move here because he's got Ken all over his gearbox. And obviously Sunset on all the tyres.
Good, looks like he's going to make a move before the RS on Emre. Contact between them.
Contact! Oh, Badgie's won! Badgie's kept it out of the wall. No, he's in the wall, but he hasn't DNF'd. But he's got wing damage, I think, slightly. But further ahead, Mr. Moto's going to get past Josh again.
And he goes for the 6.
He's going to get past Emery also. Yeah, Mr. Moto and Josh have been battling for this P6. As who's just pitted?
Jack.
That's very early for the horse. Wow, that's a bit of a shift. So he's definitely going medium to the end. Axel now leads, but is he going to pit or is he going to stretch these to the end?
Also, Zik in the chat says that Aurelian's tires may survive till the end of the race. He's got like 70% when he pitted for mediums on lap 7. It's doable.
I don't care.
but his tires might still blow off.
But you've got to remember how broken this game is, Martino, remember? Oh, you'll on to the end. Puncher on the last lap.
Well, we all remember Berlini in the third PC division.
No, I was going to say Monza 2 seasons ago was champ.
Well, as well.
He had a punch on Parabolica in the last lap. When he was crossing the line for the last lap. So, yeah.
That's just pure pain.
Yeah. But they've got a few trades battle. You've got Loki, Ken, and Sunset together. Then you've got Mr. Moto, Josh, Sniper, Google, and Emery in their own little trade too. Google is going to be pushing again for another move here on Sniper, who's going to have DRS also. But is Sniper going to go very defensive against the Frenchman?
As there is a contact between the Mercedes and the Haas.
Google's going for it. Oh, contact between the two of them. And Google gets the position. But let's see if he can get now Josh. As he gets away from Sniper exit. He is going full throttle with ERS. He's going for the move here. And Google's going to go into P6 before the snail corner. Side by side, just a wheel side. Josh has the brake late, but Google gets into P6 now.
Jack gets 3
seconds.
seconds.
He gets 3 seconds. That's not helping as a Fanchi's pits, obviously after spinning out.
So looking at the second place, 3 seconds of a gap.
Loki's lost 6 tenths. Yeah, he's losing 6 tenths there. So unless Axel's just managing his time that well, or Google's just struggling for the hard temperature right now still. But he's got to watch out for Gula. But Gula, I feel like his tyres might not make the end now, but how much he's had to push them.
And he's already right behind Antonio Ginski in the McLaren, looks like in the 6th place. And he'll be looking for that 5th.
But the fact he's had to push absolutely hard with his ERS and everything, I feel like his tyres are going to take a huge hit.
Well, also count the dirty error.
Yeah,
which still exists in this game.
Is he going to make the move? Yes, it looks like he might. Ken is going to go for the move for P2 here.
As good as the same.
Ken takes the inside line and takes it.
Gul has done the same thing for Antonio Ginski, and he's gone into 5th place.
Oh, yellow flag, that's punchy. Yeah, I think if his brake problems are still going, he must retire just to make it easier for everyone. But I think his brake problems are still happening.
Gul has done the purple sector 3.
Well, he did have a DRS and slipstream. Oh, is that spun out Bios? Bios spins out on the hairpin. On the exit of it, sorry. But Funky's already caught Slippy for P14 now. No, not there. P15. Jesus, wet man. I'm wriggly. But Google now has got need to catch his guys ahead of him to get DRS before the DRS sector. Yeah, with Tino, in my view, I don't think Google is going to be winning this race.
Well, he will still be ahead of Cameron because look at first how many positions and second the gap.
Yeah, Cameron's just struggled with this traffic. Remember, Cameron's on hard, remember. So his tyres might come in a bit more favour later in the race. Yeah, thankfully retires in the pits. His brake problems have probably been hinder him. But Cameron's on hard, so he can go the distance. Google's going to be right on the cusp if he can do it. He's not going to have DRS this lap.
As I'm following Michael Engel in the moment, who is closing down to Josh Evans into the hairpin in the turn 15 as he's looking for the move down the inside, but he's only looking. Josh is very, very close to Antonio Ginski on the 6, as you can look at this train apparently.
Josh and Antonio have been battling for the last 2 races now. They did it side by side in Brazil, now they're doing it in China. And they've been very fair and respectable to each other. As he's going to go to the outside here, is Josh going to get the move?
Yep, he's doing it.
Mr. Motor's going to be outside now, but now Josh has the inside line. Oh, he's got to across them.
There was a little bit of touch between these two drivers, but at the end they keep it clean. They still side by side. No, they're and McLaren is right behind the Alpha Tower, but he'll be looking for a. And Michael Engel is using that to go around the outside of the McLaren, and he makes it 7th.
I told you had the half spin, and he's lost the position to Emery. So Sniper's now got a full range of Josh ahead of him now. I remember, look at the ERS difference between these two.
Well, looks like Michael is saving as much as he can of that ERS power.
Remember, he has to go to the end on these tyres, so he's probably trying to not use as much ERS, because that's what's going to hurt the tyres a bit. But Ken's starting to slowly inch away from Loki now. Loki's just going to get DRS. But Guwil has now got DRS, so it will be lovable. He's back in the frame.
He's already in DRS? With 1.1. Yep.
As the Sniper's going to go for Josh now. He's going to the inside of the hairpin and takes it before the hairpin. That's Biles, not Slippy. Slippy spun out on the exit.
But he's recovering back on track. All
and
good.
Sniper's jumped to Sniper's into P6 now. Yet again, he's showing how he gets a good strategy. He can use it for his advantage. As Sunset and Loki are battling side by side. Sunset tried to go outside, now the inside.
Well, there was too little bit of a space to do to place for a switchback. He's staying behind, but he's still very close.
And Embrace has been overtaken by Mr. Moto again.
Augustin Derson goes to the pits.
Oh, is he? Unless he's going for. No, he's probably going for mediums again.
Well,
I don't think
it's his first time in the pits.
Yeah, he didn't pit after that spin. He kept going. So he's gone for hard.
That's an interesting strategy choice, considering he's done 70 laps on the mediums. Even though there is a safety car where you can stretch the window, well, it's a bit long in my opinion.
But hey, it works. But Google is now only 7 tenths behind Sunset now.
So
this could be
we're
interesting
looking
to see.
for a possibly move from the Frenchman.
He's just a bit too far, I feel like, to get a move, because Suntek's going to have DRS as well. But Loki's starting to struggle now. He's just has DRS again, but he has barely any ERS to play around with compared to Sunset and Guil behind. And Cones and Cameron are now battling for P10. And it's Cones. Cones is going to hold it off just against Cameron, but is Cameron going to get him this one? Emery's got no ERS ahead of him.
As I'm following the 5th place of Guillaume Daronia, waiting for that opportunity to make a move on Carsten or Chibuikem, because, well, he's still the one way ahead of the rest of the top of the field, as you can see.
Remember, Guil's now got to manage another 10 lap on these tyres after he's had to push so much to get past all the cars behind him. While meanwhile, these guys will be fighting between each other, but not as hard.
As it looks like Diogo makes a move on Emre Demir and he will make it stick. Yes, he does. For the 9th place.
Cameron needs to get past also on the out. He's got the outside here. Oh, but he's backed out of the move. Oh no, he's not. He's over it.
And he makes it stick at the moment.
No, he locked up. He locked up a bit. And
they're still side by side. He's pushed off the track a bit. Looks for the space down the inside.
No, he's backed out. Cole's probably get away here now. But Guil is already on the back of Sunset.
And he's going for a move. As you can see, he's getting way and way faster than the Alpine, and he takes the 4th.
Yeah, and now look, he's ahead of him, who's now derating in front of him. And if you don't know, that's the same incident happened in USA. And Coles gets past the mistake, and Cameron's got the move, and Emery.
Also, Michael Angelic has got a little bit of a moment from the hairpin, and he, as you can see, he's lost a place to Josh Evans.
So he's lost the position to Google.
So both Mercedes have been overtaken and lost 1 place each this lap.
As Marco's got to P11 now, and imagine the top 4 are still struggling for all points. Only 3 of them are in the points. As Cameron's on the outside of the snail corner, and now on the inside line.
As it looks like Carsten will go around the outside. And will he make a move?
Oh, what a move.
It could be.
Just managed. But look, he managed to hold it off. Sniper's now got to deal with Coleman's behind him now. As Emery and Cameron are still side by side for P9 only, but Cameron finally gets the move. But he's now derating.
So,
this is going to be entertaining at least. But
Guil's tires are 2 laps younger comparing to Aurelian's ones.
Yeah,
Aurelian has the advantage, but Guil has the tires. Still.
But,
it's like 4% less of tire wear.
And remember, Axel's got clean. Axel's had clean track for about half this stint. And Suntek gets past low key now. It's the P4 now. But remember, Sunset has 4 lap all the tyres. And Funky gets another penalty. Oh god, I just realised that's Josh and Sniper and Cordo battle for P7 and 6.
Well, I'll be switching to this fight as Josh gets 3 seconds.
Yeah, I know that corner is the last corner. But Guil is now all over the rear of Ken. So Guil is just trying to get into clean air and get to Axa. Because Axa has obviously never won with these guys around. But can he do it today? Yes. Oh no!
Yellow flags!
Straight!
Well, he's stuck, as you can see. He's now recovering to the track.
Oh,
and he disqualified.
Oh my god, the game! Axel, who's gone from command and lead to be disqualified.
And trying to see if he's got the puncture. No, he did not. So that's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in this game. I'll be honest. Le Pen was disqualified from the Chinese Grand Prix, and we don't know the reason.
After dominating. almost all the race after getting in front of the safety car.
Darunia is about to make a move on Kalle. No, he's slowing down. I think he's saving ERS by that.
I don't think he is. He's waiting for a better chance. Because this is when the tyres for the mediums are going to start feeling a bit off. As you look at Sunset, he's all over the rear of the Buell again. As I'm just asking now what happens. And I have to give replies or not. But obviously the hard one is actually going to be the best situation now because the mediums are going to start dipping off.
A battle of the pit field, Emre Demir overtakes Mehmet Duranovic on the new mediums.
Wow, that's a huge plot twist for the Chinese Grand Prix. We had a guy who was absolutely dominating the race, 3.6 ahead of everyone, and then suddenly just the car just stopped and his gears just didn't select for some reason.
And he's been disqualified from the Grand Prix,
because he probably couldn't get his gears properly. So obviously, when he was reversing, he couldn't get in the first. It looked like. So unless his wheel just completely failed on him, at probably one of the most critical points. Oh, that's gotta sting absolutely like an arse.
Well, how about his teammate? Because Haas is losing not only loads of points in terms of the Constructors' Championship because of the disqualification, which is a very unlucky one.
But they're in the four-way scrap line for P5 right now. Josh is trying to hold on to it. If Sniper having DRS and better ERS, Sniper's going to come flying at him for P5.
Easy pass, using the advantage of ERS and goes down the inside.
Josh Briggs late to try and keep him sliding and he can't do it. But now he's going to deal with Collins and Cameron. Collins, obviously, he's got mediums, but his tyres are going to feel much worse than the hards.
As Duranovic has been overtaken by Ogiński, and it's the position number 13, if you ask where it is.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Is Ken going to shock the paddock and win the first F1 race of the season?
A podium is very much possible for him, but remember Gui has a lot of ERS. I think Gui is waiting for the move till the last lap. Because
if Gui's tyres manage.
Ken's got only one lap younger, the tyres. So speaking about the driver standings, at the moment the gap between these two is 1 point.
This is when your game crashes like Ero Ps yesterday.
We recommend you to watch the short clip I've done after this Grand Prix. But after this Grand Prix, we still got like 6 laps to go.
Yay!
And a sector.
Alright, I'm gonna watch Guil. Is Guil gonna? Well, Guil's made on 100% ERS now, so nice and comfortable for him.
You can see how cautiously he is using accelerator.
He's I think Guil is trying to make it to the end now.
Or not? Look at him, he's like close to Kalle.
No, he broke very early. He stayed behind on purpose. That's further back. Cameron's now getting cold. He's now taking Josh for P6 side by side to the hairpin. Josh breaks a bit later, but Cameron's got the mediums side by side still.
The touch between them happened, but looks like the AlphaTauri will be ahead.
No, he's going to go deep. Now is Cole's going to make a route, or is Cameron going to do anything here?
It looks like all of those will stay in the same places, but look how close Diogo is.
Cameron nearly got in the rear of Diogo as well. But Marco was now caught up to this group thanks to this squabbling. Oh, this has been interesting. But Sunset, yeah, I thought so. It was a steering wheel. Something happened with it.
Yep. So that's a disaster for the Red Bull. Completely no fault from the Red Bull or for the Red Bull driver.
God, I forgot he changed wheels. I just remembered.
I still remember the hype of that Fanatec. Now I'm gonna outscore Guillaume Darunia. Well, we'll see in Austria, where it looks like I will not commentate, unfortunately, next week, but that will be a one-off with Luke only on the booth.
If I don't invite someone else.
Well, it's no problem.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just see how I feel.
It looks like it's now finally going for a move on Kalle Pulkkinen on this back straight, and he makes it stick for the first place, and he's leading the Grand Prix for the first time since the safety car.
Yeah, but remember, he now has to make his tyres last, and there are 5 laps to go. Well, there are 4 laps to go now.
Same as Kalle Pulkkinen, whose tires are even 1 lap older.
It's Sunset! It's trying to go on the side. But Sunset's the major one. He's on 20 lap old hards.
And with a penalty, and that's the problem for the Alpine, but he's still making a move. So we've got 2 graduates from F2 last season fighting for the podium place in F1 tier, and he's doing a move done.
He's done it. Ken's, I think, going very cautious now. Google is just trying to use all of his ERS to get away now.
He's already a second ahead.
Yeah, he's just trying to get away because he wants, in case something does happen.
So that has been an overtake we have been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, you can tell there's a wheel issue because Axel would have left already, so that is definitely something wrong with his wheel to leave only now. But the prime position right now is low key. He's now catching Ken, obviously, on the same age tyres. But remember, he's on hard. Ken's on mediums, probably gone off the cliff by now.
Speaking to Liam on the chat, we're not sharing any kind of warnings during the race because we want to keep the drama on.
I'm gonna look, but I won't say anything.
Yeah, you can tell me on the DMs. I will not mention. As well as I'm watching Chibuka Chukuma getting closer to Kalle Pulkkinen on lap 24. So we've got top 4.
As you said,
then the second group.
As you said, it's very hard to find anyone who's got warnings.
Well, as I said, this track is the one where it's kind of hard to get a penalty for corner cutting.
Oh, look, Ken's going to be overtaken here on the front stretch. And Loki's got to be inside, side by side in the steel corner. And Loki might seal it with his superior grip now. But Ken's going to be inside the line. Is Loki going to get a better exit?
He makes
side
it!
By side. No, it's still side by side. So Ken's tyres is definitely going to be going off the cliff now, but he needs to keep up the Sunset. And she has a penalty already, as Moutinho said, since you can see that. But Loki now gets past him, because Ken's now going to start dipping off, I feel like. Yeah, Ken's backing off in corners now.
Well,
I
wonder if any of the medium runners, both Cassis and Kalle Pulkkinen, will any of those have to manage the tires so bad
Sunset,
just to avoid a puncture?
Don't forget Sunset, he's on 22 lap old hard. He only pitted once.
He might be having a tire wear of around 60% something compared to the PC races.
But you know how broken this game is. But have you noticed, look at the gap between Sunset and Ghoul, it's not increasing by much.
Okay, as Michael is weaving about a bit to defend from Cameron Dowd. At this point, Ghoul is taking the championship lead.
Yeah, but something's telling me he's not going full throttle because Sunset's keeping up with him. Even with, look how much ERS difference Sunset goes off the track. Yeah, there we go.
And it opens up a victory chance for Loki, I'll be honest.
Yeah, never know. If the gap's only 1.4 and you got Google leading, Google is definitely being cautious but going fast.
As Cameron Dowd looks for the space down the inside of Michael and Gallian looks for a move, but he stays still on the sixth. Sorry, he's got 1 lap younger tires comparing to Michael, so this might help by a little bit, but it's a very little bit.
It's still amazing that only one of the guys you pitted after the safety car came out is in the top 5, and that is Google.
And he's still 1.3 ahead.
That is, I've got to say, that's an absolute storming drive. I didn't expect him to do this well, but he's absolutely blitzed everyone here today. Loki's losing more time to Sunset, even though he's got fresher tyres, like 4 laps.
So, I'm thinking of Cameron Dowd. Will he make a move on Michael? Because at the moment, he's behind Ghoul in the championship. It's 26 v8.
Wrigley go to fastest lap. But Sunset's keeping the gap to less than 1 point.
Like, come on, we're having a penultimate lap of the race very soon. After this left-hander Ghoul is gonna make. And we're having 2 more laps of racing here in Shanghai. Well, by the way, you're lagging a bit as we are entering lap 27. 20 laps old cards for Ciebie Czukfuma, 20 laps old mediums for Kalle Pulkinen, 19 for Guil.
Shanghai point position.
Well, you know, we're having a bit of technical issues with this connection, but it's just happening.
Yeah. Well, it's on my end. It's fine.
Well, it's back, it's all good, but you're probably mentioning the gap of Karsten in the second, right?
Okay, Guil's backing off because the gap dips about to under a second in the corners.
Now he's 1.5.
Yeah, he keeps opening it up and exit. So, as a yellow flag, jury. That's not going to bring anything out, obviously, because we've only got 2 laps of racing to go.
And it will not call out the safety car. It will not call out the safety car because it's lap 27. In this game, when it's lap 25 for this track, it's probably the last lap when you can have a safety car.
Yeah, as Guil has now only 1 more lap to go after this to manage his badly worn mediums, the end of the race. Sunset, obviously, it was a 24 lap old hard and low key, but the podium isn't decided yet. As Guil, the final lap now, will he get his first victory this season?
Well, he'll be looking for that one, but he's having no ERS.
Yeah, but he's got a build enough gap, obviously, against Sunset. He's got the same ERS. So Guil's just got to hope his tyres can manage 1 more lap. They are 20 lap old. They are probably screaming at this point.
How about Kalle's tires? Because they are 21 laps old. These two have to be so cautious. Yellow flags in sector 1. Icons by the Aston Martin. Or was it just a fake yellow?
I think it's a fake yellow, yeah. No one's had problems. But Sniper is doing brilliantly. He's held off Cameron every time. Cameron's going to lose a lot of points to Guil this season. That's all thanks to this defender of Sniper.
Well, at the moment, Cameron and Darunia are actually 2 points, are between 2 points in this championship, and it's the Frenchman ahead. He's about to win this Grand Prix, but remember, exactly in this corner, Paolo Burlini's tire in PC 3rd division has blown off. I know it's PlayStation's 1st division, but it was still around 20 laps old mediums.
No, nothing I can see. Wrigley World nicked fastest lap, it seems, on the softs.
And it's his first point of the season in Ero F1 on PlayStation. Guil is about to cross the line with only 1 corner to go.
Is something going to happen? Is Guil going to take the victory for the first season? There's nothing's going to happen. Guil's going to win this first race of the season.
And he takes the checkered flag and wins the Chinese Grand Prix.
Well, it's going to be Loki and Ken on the podium. So, yet again, we've got another podium person on F2.
Not only to mention Guil's first win of the season, he also takes the championship lead by 2 points over Cameron Dowds.
But Sniper literally held off Cameron to help them as well. So Sniper, but the fact that we've got 3 F2 drivers from last season in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's an exciting prospect to see what happens this season. Oh, wow, that's entertaining to say the least. As we just got Wrigley and Slimmy to finish the race.
So, Marco Botta 2 points, 1 point for Jack Jessel, then 0 points for Captain Imre, Mr. Mottel, both Williamses. Wrigley's got 1 point. Jura is still somewhat classified, Mr. Mottel no points. What else? Oh, 1 point for August Linderson.
Yeah, that's what I see. Forgot about that. But it looks like we just went for Bios to cross the line now.
And that's it for the Chinese Grand Prix today. But not the end in terms of we're having a little conference with top 3. So not quite the end of the stream.
But is it? Is it not the end?
Well, what are you on about? While I'll be switching to the conference room in the voice chat on the Discord, as you know, we're doing this every week. So, Guido Indorunia takes the first victory of the season in Ero and also a 10th one in the career, including 8 wins last season and 1 in season 5. So it's 10 in the board. He's now second most second most winning driver of all time. Behind him, Ciubeka Czukfuma, Kalo Pulkinen, Carlson Gerding, Michael Ngalian, Cameron Dowd, Diogo Moraes, Josh Evans, Marco Bozza, and Jack Jessel. These are the top 10 in the points. Then we've got Emre Demir, Antonio Giski, Mehmet Ranovic. We've got August Inderson and Lex Kode. Jure de Groot is classified, but he's not finished the race. The ones that are not classified at all are Aurelio Penruch has been disqualified for, well, his wheel stopping from warning. Francesco Santoni is just a DNF because of that issues. Kasper Klaas and Ferry Wagner have both spun around, and that was the end of the race for them. You're back.
Ja, barely even for a minute. I was let you speak there. Oh, good stuff.
Well,
so did you predict that race?
Maybe I was predicting Guil's win and low. Well, I predicted not in the right order, but I actually predicted everyone except Cameron.
You guys just joined. Oh, hello, Loki.
I'll see you guys soon.
Okay, you know you're talking on this as well.
Hello?
Hello.
Yo.
I heard that you left the F1 party then, didn't you?
Sorry?
I heard you at the end that you saying goodbye to I think Josh and all that. I'm guessing in the party.
No, I was with Sniper.
Oh, fair.
So, well, there's still that screen going on, but I cannot just advance, so we'll just be going through the race director, and can one of the drivers forgets about it when appealing a warning or a penalty. So there you go. Quite a lot of warnings comparing to
Hello,
the rest of the years.
Well, I'm guessing you're happy. Like, Ken, before I ask this, what were your tyres at?
In the second last lap, my left front was something like 65%, I think.
Oh wow, that was really good managed. And what were yours like, Loki?
I think there were 40.
I thought so. So like 20% difference.
Yeah, but GG Ken, that was a good battle that we.
Yeah, no worries, GT. I was. I was. I am kind of frustrated because I didn't get that P2, but no.
Yeah, I know, because you were holding it up, but I was just trying, obviously, because I was on the hards. I was just trying to stay in with DRS, basically. Yeah, it was difficult, but nice one, anyways.
Yeah. So, what's either you gonna talk first or not?
I'm not liking to talk a lot, but still, let's say okay. Welcome the top 3 of the drivers in the press conference. This is the first time I'm saying that since a long time, because it was usually Luke welcoming you all. But this time it's me, and you've been already asked about the tire wear, so, well, quickly we'll be going through the reactions of the race, right?
Well, sure. Google, can I ask what your tire was like?
That was quite okay. It was 70%, so perfect.
Yeah, I thought so, because I thought you had to push a lot, so I thought your tires would be a bit more worn. But that's all I wanted to ask. Obviously, Loki, who you going to start with then? No, not Loki, what's Tidio?
Well, I don't have anything else to start with, apparently.
Okay,
except for that strategy choice from Goyle, because, well...
Oh.
Yeah, I know you missed that safety car moment when you could pit, so you with Cameron, your teammate Diogo, and Marco all had to pit like a lap later and actually drop down the queue. How was this feeling going at the back of the grid? Because we haven't seen you there since a long time.
To be honest, I like it because it's quite boring when you're P1, and it would have been how can I say? When you're P1, the guy behind him with the DRS train, it's quite boring. And when these things happen, it's quite funny. So yeah, I like this. It was very interesting to come back.
Can I ask one thing quickly, Google?
Yeah.
Were you in a party with AXA by any chance?
He has he got some issues with his fanatics.
Did he scream or anything?
He was disappointed, you know. I don't know if I would have catch him, but yeah, it would have been a first victory before a while. So yeah.
I just thought I'd quickly ask that. But you did a really good recovery drive after getting that late pit call, obviously. And the fact I thought your tyres would be so dead when you got to the front, but you managed to just enough to get ahead of everyone.
You mean with the mediums?
Yeah, I didn't expect you to push it that hard and get that high up as well.
My main goal was to come back as quick as possible, and yeah, that was I don't know. I pushed hard all race long, so yeah, that was the race was very quick, you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but obviously I didn't like the fact that you managed to you're the only guy who got in the top 5 at the top 4 in pits.
Yeah, when I compare with Cameron, it shows hard tires.
Because you've taken the lead by 2 points as well.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, Cameron with his hards, he finished 10 seconds behind me, I guess. So mediums was the good strategy. And yeah, at the end, it was quite complicated. We could see with Ken, he had an excellent pace. And at the end, that was very complicated. So yeah, congrats to Loki for his P2 and Ken finished in the podium too. Yeah, okay. So yeah,
I was going to say that you.
Yeah, because Sunset got a penalty. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Sunset had 2 penalties. So, but obviously this now puts you ahead. Obviously, like I said in the championship. So, how do you feel for Austria next week?
I don't like this track, but I have the Challenger in Austria.
Yeah, but
so.
But remember what happened last season?
Last event?
When you beat Drake by 2 tenths because you stayed out and drive.
More like last corner. More like it's that Glock.
Oh, it was because you screamed after you finished the line.
What are you talking about?
Last season at Austria.
Last year. Oh yeah. That was an amazing race. The best one.
Yeah. Well done for Google getting the victory today. We'll move on to Low Key, who have just consistently getting into a podium again. It looks like. So obviously P2 today. So how do you feel about that, Low Key?
Well, qualifying was pretty shit because I bottled.
Oh, for God's sake! Okay.
Oh. Sorry.
It would for you, wouldn't you?
Anyways, yeah. Sorry, because I bottled the last corner. I was up by maybe just under 2 tenths. It probably would have put me like P5, P4, but I bottled it. So then obviously P8. And then I had a good start. I was, I think, behind Cameron, and AXA was behind me. And AXA pit really early. I think he pit lap 4, which was a bit surprising.
Lap 4. I think he went for an aggressive 2-stop. Or pit to the end.
Yeah, which is a bit surprising. And then when the safety car came out, literally at the best moment for me, because obviously the other guys had just gone through. Cameron was just going through the final corner, and I was going in towards it. And then obviously the safety car came out, so I pit. And I was thinking about whether I should have gone for the hards or the mediums. Sorry, but I chose this.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I went for the safe option and I went for the hards, but I kind of felt like I should have put on the mediums because I knew that AXA. Well, when I saw Ken on the mediums, actually, that's when I thought, shit, maybe I should have put the mediums on.
God, okay.
I must say I'm sorry. But
It's fine. I'm not bothered. I know it's Tino who's going to kick off later on.
yeah. But yeah, so then Axe got past me. I think on the second lap after the restart, I was just trying to stay within their DRS, but it wasn't possible. The mediums were quite a lot quicker at that point. And then I had a good battle with Ken and Sunset. Or Sunset, I kind of waved him past because I needed the DRS, and then I was just staying behind. And then Grill, obviously I could see Grill was coming through on the mediums. And I was having a lot of issues with that final corner, obviously from qualifying. So in the race, I was a bit tentative over the curb. Sometimes I'd hit the yellow sausage and it kind of throw me off a bit. But yeah, so I was just staying behind the three of them. And I just wanted to see if maybe they'll make contact or something. So then obviously Sunset got past Ken. And then I don't know if you guys saw that, we had a really, really good battle through the first sector.
I think we had we side by side for literally the whole snail curve, and then
yeah, that was really fun. And then it was just about staying because I know Sunset had penalties. It was just about staying within his
exactly,
because he had quite a lot of pace. I think he was actually pretty quick. So it's unlucky he had the penalties, but then
and the fact his tires were 4 laps older than yours as well.
Yeah, exactly. But he had good pace anyways. So it's unlucky for him. But really, the safety car changed my race, so I'm happy about that. And another podium. So yeah, congratulations to Will for winning and Ken for finishing third.
Yeah, but that's back-to-back Merc podiums. Obviously, Sniper P3 last week, and now you P2 today.
Nice stuff.
And then obviously, how do you feel for Austria next week, Loki?
No, but I don't even think I've done 50% around Austria on this game. Have I? I don't think I've. No, actually, I think in last season. But no, I didn't race last season. Yeah, I haven't. But we'll see. I have no idea. It probably shouldn't be too bad. It'll probably be something similar like this because it's quite a competitive grid that we have. Anyway, it's quite close between. Really, let's say the top 9, I'd say, because you can see in this quality, I think the top 9 was within like a 10th, between 9th and like 3rd, and then below that was a bit more of a gap. But anyways, it's always competitive, so it'll be interesting to see what Austria's like. Yeah,
obviously, but well done in your P2, and then we can now move on to Ken for his first F1 podium in P3.
Thank you.
So, how did you feel about today, Ken? Obviously,
amazing. I didn't expect for podium, and the safety car really helped me and Loki. And and I when saw that Axel got disqualified, I couldn't believe it. And at the race, it was really unbelievable to drive against Formula F1 Esports Challenge driver. So it's but I didn't know that he was gonna pass me. He's so much faster than me. But I got a little bit too much pressure to me because like my first podium fight in F1, and I did a little bit too much mistake. So he got past, and I tried to overtake him in last few laps, but I couldn't. So Peter is a pretty good job with it, and Loki driving well, and of course from the literally the last places to win. So
Also, obviously, I think you started. Did you start outside the top? No, you got P4, didn't you? If I remember correctly, in the qualifying.
No, I was like 6th.
Yeah, but it was a really good qualify by you. Obviously, that your laps were really good around here.
When I saw that Loki is literally behind me, so I was like thinking that he's gonna pass me again in the start. So, and it happened. So I have to practice my race start a little bit, but
my start was great though. I don't know what happened to. I think it was Sunset or somebody on the left. They must have hit anti-stall or something, but. I was up. I think I was up to P5 or P6 before at turn 2 or turn 3. But my starts are generally quite good anyway. So
I only couldn't watch the start because my game glitched out, so all the cars are lagging everywhere.
Yeah, that happened yesterday as well.
Yeah, but after your screen broke yesterday as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. Well, it kind of made a thing on as a short because it's like 700 views.
Okay, it's the fact that basically, here's your noise.
No, that was annoying though, because I actually wanted to see that end, and then I got the blue screen. But it's what it is.
Did you see what happened though on Miku's POV?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it now.
Fair enough. But well done for you three, obviously, for your top three today here. Obviously, our next week is Austria. Obviously, if everyone remembers from last season, we had a very entertaining race. Obviously, between Gula and Drake.
Yeah,
But,
these were the times, or actually not.
Meanwhile, Drake is dominating at TC1 now. Obviously, but we hope everyone will be here to watch Austria or any of the other tiers, which happen on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, unless anything Wojciech wants to add on.
Nothing except the fact I might be not commentating next week. I'll be racing now in F2. I'll be racing.
Yeah, but let's just see how this goes then, obviously. So, I guess from me and Wojciech, I'll say goodbye for this week.
Bye bye! And stuff. So, it's the end of the stream, so goodbye.
Oh, well, that's just entertaining.